Ladies and gentlemen, Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do,
Just what to do, just what to do.
if what you're feeling is really true,
Is it really true? Is it really true?
just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geri Petito Show. Guys, everyone and anyone who knows me knows I'm the author of I'm Not an Addict, I'm Just an Ass. I'd rather be a smartass than a dumbass because, guys, 33 years ago, I was a dumbass. But today, 33 years later, through the grace of God, I can honestly say now I'm a smartass. Yes, the word ass is in the Bible at least 40 times, and it means donkey, and that's what I was. I'm saying all that to say this. There are a lot of people out there still struggling, a lot of people out there with health issues. I'm a nutritional health coach. I'm also a recovery coach. All my services to you are free. Please reach out. I want to let everyone know that if you think my book can help someone, because I sure do, you could go to Simon & Schuster's bookstore, Archway Publishing, BAM, Amazon, Barnes & Noble. You can go to my website, www.geripetito.com. And please subscribe to the Geri Petito Show YouTube channel. Before I introduce my really cool guests, I want to give a shout out to a few of my sponsors. First, I've got Stormin Norman Selden, 732-245-4777, www.storminnormanselden.com, booking dozens of attractions for concerts and performances on venues of all sizes, from a 5 to 12-piece band, guys. And a lot of people didn't know this, but he helped get Larry Chance from the Earls back in the day when Larry was young started. Larry was like family to me. Rest in peace, Larry. I miss you so much. And Norman was actually a guest on my show yesterday, live in studio, and he brought his Steinway piano. He was off the charts, guys, so check out that interview from last night, okay? Now, what he's also doing is he's teaching seniors how to play the piano, okay? So check it out. Then I've got Ken Ryan and Linda Garofalo, The Way It Used to Be, singing songs from the 50s to the 80s, a tribute show to the greatest music and voices of all time. And Ken also does Elvis for me, guys. That's right. You heard me. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. And then John Bishop, a.k.a. Johnny B., singer-songwriter, host of the Entertainment Luncheon South, a non-profit network created for the creative. Facebook group page, Entertainment Luncheon South. He's also the partner in the Joey D. and Johnny B. Rockin' Oldies Band. So I just want to say thank you to all my sponsors. And I want to introduce my incredible guests. So I have two guys here from the LEFTY MARTIN Band. So Lefty, why don't you tell everyone who you are, and you do the proper introduction for the guy next to you, baby.
Thank you, Geri. You're a sweetheart. Hey, I'm Lefty Martin, and a.k.a. Martin Schroed. I am the lead singer and rhythm guitarist for LEFTY MARTIN Band, sometimes known as Lefty Martin and His Right Hand Band. And to my left...
Yeah, why am I on your left, bro?
Yeah, why are you on my left? 'Cause you should be on my right, since you're my right hand.
We totally messed this up, didn't we?
Well, this is Cory Wilkins. This is my drummer. And he's a multi-instrumentalist and the songwriter of the song that's associated with this interview, Who's Gonna Teach Him?
Okay, very cool. So, producer, I just have a question. Bear with me 1 minute, guys. I don't see it on YouTube. It's there? I just want to make sure, guys. Okay. I will refresh for the 5th time. Okay. So, guys, tell everybody now a little bit about, we have songs we're also going to be playing, but tell everybody a little bit about how this whole thing happened. And, like, go back in time a little bit with both your careers.
Okay.
You go first, brother.
No. Okay, so for me, I just grew up around country music, coming home from elementary school and hearing it on the radio. I don't know if anybody had one of those big long wooden consoles that had the TV and the radio and the record player built
Yes.
into it. Yeah, I'd come home from school and mom would throw on old country, pop the radio stations on, and we would just sing and have fun, and that was our entertainment. We had also listened to, we had that purple record. I forget the name of the album, but it was by B.B. King. We had the Ink Spots, and we were always listening to music and having a good time. And so for me, beyond that, that's about the most experience I had growing up. And that was enough to get me interested in guitar in junior high school. I took maybe 2 years of guitar and a little bit of a chorus. And then I went on to graduate, got an associate's degree in computer science, went on to do work all around the world in telecommunications, joined the Marine Corps, got married, had kids, and just got busy with life. And right now at 60, I'm a late bloomer. I've always loved music, and I actually didn't start learning really seriously trying to learn the guitar until about, I think it's 6 years now, 6 years ago. And about 15 years ago, my wife bought me a vocal lesson for Christmas. One vocal lesson for Christmas. That turned into 2 years of vocal lessons and pushing from my family to sing.
Okay.
I ended up meeting some people in a karaoke club, and they invited me to their choral group, or a jazz ensemble group. And that jazz ensemble group started with a $100 karaoke machine from Costco. I don't know if you remember the plastic pedestal looking thing with the
Yes.
2 pounds attached to it. That was $100. We started with that, and we worked our way around San Diego, and became a 12-person jazz
Wait,
ensemble.
please stop. Guys, we are having tech issues. Ruben,
Okay.
the Facebook has Storm and Norman's name. I mean, the YouTube. You can fix it so we can continue? All right, that's what's going on, guys. Okay.
Okay.
So, sorry,
Well,
guys, for me.
that's okay.
We had some
Blame it
tech
on the
issues.
producer.
It is. Okay, so I'm blaming it on the producer. He's fixing it. Thank God I saw it, because I was like, what
Okay.
is going on? All
All
right,
right.
continue.
So that we got so popular in this area that $100 karaoke machine, and we never took money for this. We did it out of the goodness of everybody's hearts in this ensemble group, to give back to the community, retirement communities and private parties like Christmas parties. And that $100 karaoke machine turned into a $30,000 sound system.
Wait, for real?
Swear to God.
That's
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah. And it consisted of in-ear microphones, wireless handhelds, a PreSonus board, nice speakers, and everything. And we all just pitched in, and as far as loading in, unloading out, we had it very organized. We got good at it. And then my manager in that group introduced me to a fellow by the name of Ted Matson, who is lead guitarist for a local country band called local country / classic rock, called the Ghostwriters, and that was Ted Matson. And they got me up at the local Moose Lodge, and I started singing with him, and I'd never stopped since. It was an instant addiction, if that makes sense.
Sure.
And he was always moving around the country, as he's got a couple houses, and I couldn't wait, so I had to form my own band. To make a long story short, I got on Craigslist, and through other guys and musicians I met through Ted, I was introduced to other fellas, and I actually met Cory off of Craigslist.
Really?
And pretty much everybody in my band was off of Craigslist. Yes.
So
I called Cory when he was in Las Vegas, and I'll let him take off from there.
Yeah. All right.
Cory.
So a little background on me.
Go ahead.
It's not as exciting as Marty's story. I knew I was going to be a musician from the time I was probably about 3 or 4 years old. Spent my whole life aiming to be a musician, learning how to play various instruments, so that I could always say yes to just about any gig that came my way. For a long time, I fronted bands, played guitar, wrote songs, won a couple LA Music Awards, got nominated for a couple more. Started playing drums again. I played when I was a kid, like 12, 13, 14 years old. I played in my church band, and then our youth group, we had some kids in there that started like a alternative rock band. This is in the early 90s, so like the whole grunge scene was going on with like, Nirvana and Stone Temple Pilots and Pearl Jam and whatever. So we kind of did that sort of thing. And then, but our songs weren't really that great. And I thought that I could write better songs than that. So I learned how to play guitar and started doing that. And it was really fun. And then I got back into drums about 6 years ago and found that it was much more gratifying. I had a much higher, higher natural aptitude for it. And just pretty much have been doing that exclusively ever since. And it's interesting because I was filling in with this other local country band called Barbed Wire. They were working in a new drummer, but I learned parts really fast, and they needed somebody to fill in for a couple of months while they got their other guy caught up to speed. And as my time was drawing kind of closer to an end, I started putting some feelers out for a full-time, kind of more permanent gig. And I put an ad up on Craigslist, and I'm in Las Vegas with this band Barbed Wire. We're playing at Gilly's Saloon in the Treasure Island property. And I'm just about to start sound check at like 1:00 in the afternoon or something. And this guy calls me. He's like, "Hey man, I saw your Craigslist ad and I need to talk to you right now." And I'm like, "Dude, I'm start sound check, but can I call you back in like an hour?" And he's like, "Yeah, okay, that's fine." And so I called him back. We scheduled the time to meet up like about a week later or so. And then we had our first gig in less than a month. I went up to his house. We jammed for like a couple hours, had a great time.
We were rehearsing twice a week.
Yeah, me and Marty just immediately clicked. We're like the dastardly duo over here. We're always getting into all kinds of trouble. But it's like we've known each other for 2 years now?
Yeah.
Seems like it's been 20.
Yeah.
We're always hanging out. When the band isn't working, we're probably hanging out.
Yeah.
Getting into some kind of trouble somewhere.
So, all right. So I have a question for both of you. So growing up, all right, start with you, Cory. Growing up, what music, like, really made an impression on you? Whose music, what kind, any artists?
There was a ton. So when I'm playing my solo acoustic shows, I tell this story, and it's 100% true, even though it's kind of funny. When I was a little kid, our record player was the centerpiece of entertainment around our house. We had a television and stuff, but we didn't really watch it as a family very often. I remember being a real young kid, maybe 2, 3, 4 years old, and Friday and Saturday nights, rather than watching television, we would have the record player on, and we'd just go around. There was 5 of us in the family, and we'd go around, and each person would pick a record, and we'd play a couple songs off that record, and everybody would sing along, and then the next person would pick a record that they wanted to listen to. And we had everything from old country like Hank Williams and Jimmy Rogers to like your sort of initial rock and roll rockabilly stuff like early Elvis, Jerry Lee Lewis, Carl Perkins.
Yep, Elvis, baby. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. All the way up to this was back in the 1980s, which on a side note is really funny. I have 2 elementary school children, and every once in a while when they want me to feel old, they'll say, "Dad, is it true that you were born back in the 1900s?"
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, I was born back in the 1980s, baby. So, anyhow, we had a lot of the sort of popular music at the time. And my parents were big fans of sort of your rock and roll American singer-songwriter people like a John Fogerty and a John Mellencamp or Bruce Springsteen and stuff like that. And then my parents found religion one day, which is cool, but it was one of those churches where you weren't allowed to listen to anything but old hymns. Like even Christian rock was probably going to send you to hell.
Wait, what kind of a church was it? I'm just curious because I'm a Christian.
Yeah, me too. And it was an Assembly of God church.
That's weird. Wait, I got to interrupt you real quick, and then I'll let you continue. I don't like to interrupt, but I have to.
Do it.
I actually used to go to an Assembly of God church, Pastor Joe Foch. I went to Israel with Pastor Joe Foch with my dad years ago, and Pastor Joe Foch was an ex-addict. He would do sermons in blue jeans and a button-down flowered shirt every single week. He had 3,000 people at this big church in PA, and he had not only did he have bikers all the time in there, he had trans people in there, and he said everyone is welcome in my church. So that's kind of odd for me to hear that about an Assembly of God. But continue.
Yeah, our pastor was really super old school. It was definitely you. Everyone in the church was expected to wear dresses and suits and ties and things like that. So anyway, my parents had this big yard sale and they sold all the records. And so we wouldn't listen to the devil music.
Oh no!
To make a long story short, we ended up finding there was in 1986 there was this live 5-album box set that came out. It was a Springsteen live album, and for whatever reason, that one they did not sell, and they just kind of had it hidden in the closet. And we were us kids were sort of snooping around one day. We found it, and we ended up sneaking it off to my sister's room, and she had one of those like record player cassette deck boombox things, you know. And so we ended up like dubbing. It took us like a year, but we ended up dubbing all 5 records onto cassette tape, and then us 3 kids would sort of trade them back and forth, you know. And you've had tape 1 for like 6 months, man. I need tape. I need tape 1. I'll give you tape 3 for it, you know. And that was the only music that I had to listen to. And interestingly enough, that record was sort of what established my path. Just listening to the audience response, you know, when the band would start to play a song that they really liked or whatever, I'm like, yep, that's what I want to do.
Oh wow!
So that was probably the biggest influence. And then obviously, I love lots and lots of country music.
Okay.
So
Wow, that was an amazing story. So now, Lefty, what about you?
Well, like I said, I grew up with just all kinds of music. It was, you know, country, um, rock, you know, Elvis definitely was all over the place. Um, the Ink Spots, BB King.
B.B. King,
Um,
baby, yeah.
yeah. Then my cousins got into funk and, you know, the Commodores and disco. It was just it was all there. Yeah. The Brick House. Yeah. Who doesn't know that one, you know? But I always gravitated to country. And in fact,
Okay.
when we moved from, where was it? We moved from Washington State because we were in the Navy. My stepdad was in the Navy, and we moved down here to Southern California. And it was at that point that the first time in 6th grade, I was introduced to Levi jeans and tennis shoes.
Wow.
Never even knew what Levi jeans were at that point. And because mom made a lot of our clothes, and it was just, you know, we were just scraping by.
I was going to ask what you wore. Like,
Yeah.
what else do you wear, bro?
Just regular jeans, but corduroys, you know, all that stuff. But when I remember going to elementary school, it was Bayer Middle School in Imperial Beach. And some of the kids, you know, this is a surf city, right? They asked me what radio station I listened to. And I responded with KSON.
That's how you spell country in San Diego, baby.
Oh, okay.
Laughing at me and making fun of me because I listened to country instead of Kiss.
Oh, okay.
You know, yeah. And it didn't bother me, you know. I loved what I loved, and I still love it today, obviously. And country is I just love the stories. I love the musicianship, all the different voices that make country, and all those classic guys: Hank Williams, Merle Haggard, Toby Keith. They're just amazing musicians. Alan Jackson, George Strait,
Charlie Daniels.
Charlie Daniels. I love all those guys, and even the new guys. I just love them. All the Codys, Cody Jinks,
Cody Jinks is the
Cody
man.
Johnson,
Yeah.
I love it.
Sturgill Simpson.
Sturgill Simpson and
Jamie Johnson.
Yeah. And what's his name? King.
Randall King. Yeah.
Randall.
Shout out to Randall.
Randall.
We went to see him together.
Yeah.
And that was a blast. Great show.
He's like the new George Strait.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So now tell everyone the names of everyone in your band.
Sure. Well, again, this is Cory Wilkins.
He refers to me as the biggest redneck in the band, and it's true.
Yeah. Sometimes
I have chickens at my house.
Sometimes I call him Righty Wilkins. And then there's me. I'm Lefty Martin. And then our pedal steel player, his name is Judd Sanderson. And he's one phenomenal pedal steel player. I don't know if you've listened to any of our stuff out on there on the SoundCloud, but he's amazing. And our lead guitarist is Will Metz. He's a wonderful lead guitarist. And again, I listen to that Past the Point of Rescue song, and you'll hear his guitarmanship there. And then we've got Mel Scher on bass. And then he's just phenomenal. He's another songwriter and just phenomenal songwriter and musician. And I would like to give a shout out to our older retired bass player with Rudy Saldivar used to play with us.
Dude, I was just texting him like yesterday.
Yeah. But he was a wonderful musician, and we were blessed to have him as part of our band for quite a while until his ticker started messing with him and he had to retire to spend more time with his family.
Okay, so very cool. And who connected us?
Who connected? That was Caden Gordon.
That's right.
Caden
So
Gordon
give him a
show.
shout
And,
out.
big shout out to Caden Gordon. Thank you, Caden, for doing that. And every one of you out there that's doing these podcasts that help, I don't know if you call them podcasts or radio shows.
Whatever.
But really appreciate what you're doing out there and help, starving artists, musicians get started out there. It's a wonderful thing. I never even knew it existed till this happened.
Well, Caden just got a ton of awards, and he's been all over the place, and one of the hardest working young man I've ever known. I love you, Caden. Thank you.
Hey, Caden.
Yeah.
What's up, bro?
Amazing. So let's give everybody a treat. And producer, let's play one of their songs.
Oh, boy.
Don't do it.
I was listening to those all night trying to figure out the best one. So she's going to play some of our covers. Yeah.
This is the WGG Geri Petito show, and we're going to play you live from Lefty Martin, Lefty Martin, and Cory Beans Wilkins.
Oh my God.
And here we go.
My producer is nuts.
Oh my gosh.
We love that.
Yes.
Oh, the devil made me do it, baby. I take a little smoke in the evening. Take a little whiskey. Nice. Never give a hand, killing my mind. It's just the kind of things I like. Just the kind of things I like. A minute that I saw you walking over, I figured I was digging my grave. You had the shovel, I knew you were trouble, but you're just the kind of trouble I crave. Just the kind of trouble I crave. Mama always set a good example. Daddy always gave me good advice. Jesus tried to steer me in the right direction, but the devil always made me think twice. Devil
right, baby. Tell us about that awesome song.
That's a Chris Stapleton song off his record "Starting Over," and that one winds up in our live show pretty much every night. We might have skipped it once or twice over the last 2 years, but not very often. And yeah, I get to sing that one from back behind the drums. It's a good time. I love singing Chris Stapleton, and he suits my voice pretty well because I got a little bit of that kind of thing going on, right?
I love that.
He's got the whiskey voice.
That's
I've
right.
got the crooning voice. That's the way we look at it.
All right, so listen, come on, Cory, give us a little acapella. Give me something.
All right. Let's see. You put me on the spot now.
That's right.
You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. There you go.
I love it. That was beautiful. Thank you. I love it. Beautiful.
Yeah.
So, okay, so now that song's really cool how you guys do it. So, silly question, okay? Why do you leave it out sometimes?
We usually don't. Like I said, it might have been left out once or twice in the last 2 years.
Okay.
And yeah, we play probably close to 100 shows a year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it doesn't get left out often, but every once in a while it might be just a time thing.
Okay.
And we just have to cut something, or maybe it's not going to work for a specific venue or a specific crowd. Maybe they're more into Hank Williams Sr. and Merle Haggard and stuff like that. So we'll focus on some of the older stuff rather than tunes that came out in the 2020.
Gotcha.
Also, when you're playing live in front of a bunch of people who love to dance and love music, you get requests, and sometimes you got to find a slot for those requests.
Gotcha.
And that bumps another song.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay, so now let's play one more. We have 4, so let's play another one, and then we'll talk about this song.
That's a good one right there. So she asked about this one.
His mama, she's an angel. She taught him to tie his shoes. She taught him to pray to Jesus every time he got confused. She taught him to be gentle, and she taught him to be kind, and she taught him to be proud to be the only son of mine. Well, who's gonna teach him only hard work makes a life to be proud of? And who's gonna teach him to be faithful to the woman that he loves? And who's gonna teach him to bring hell down when the devil's at the door? And those are things a little boy needs a daddy for. He's gonna grow so fast and find a girlfriend of his own. He'll know to treat her like a lady every time that they're all alone. One day he'll have a family and maybe have a son. I hope he's learned a thing or two from the stupid things I've done. So I'm gonna teach him only hard work makes a life to be proud of. And I'm gonna teach him to be faithful to the woman that he loves. And I'm gonna teach him to bring hell down when the devil's at the door. 'Cause those are things my little boy needs a daddy for. He's gonna mess it up and lose his way. He's gonna make makes a life to be proud of. And he's gonna teach him to be faithful to the woman that he loves. He's gonna teach him to bring hell down when the devil's at the door. 'Cause those are things a little boy needs a daddy for. He'll know the things this little boy needs a daddy for.
Awesome. Tell everybody about this song.
Well, this song is Lefty Martin Band's very first original song. It just came out right at Father's Day of this year, 2024.
Oh, nice.
And it was meant to be a song for all the fathers out there and pretty much everyone who has a son, who raising children. You know, it's real important to pass on the good things that you learn. Hopefully we've all learned some good things to pass on to our kids. And that's what it's about. And then, you know, showing an example of how what you teach your kids is something that they can teach their kids as they're growing with their own kids. And so this song came about from Cory. He has 2 children, and he has a daughter and a son that they have adopted. And he wrote a song for his daughter, and his son knew about that. And when we decided to start writing our own originals, his son, pretty much at the same time, came to Dad and said, you know, Dad, how come you've never written me a song?
Yeah, you wrote one for Emily, but you didn't write one for me.
Yeah.
And it was really funny because I was actually just coming off stage. I was doing my solo show, and I played the song that I wrote for my daughter pretty much every show that I do. And I was coming off stage, and everybody's coming to me, oh, great show, that was awesome, whatever. And Jacob comes up to me, how come you wrote a song for Emily but not for me?
And now he's very proud of his dad because he can go out and listen to it on Spotify, YouTube.
That's right. My son thinks he's famous. It's the best part ever.
That's great. He is
He's
famous.
like, I'm on the album cover. I must be famous.
He is. He is.
Yeah, and really, I wrote that song. I wanted it to be more than just specifically about Jacob, but I wanted it to be about fathers and sons in general. We've really seen sort of a decrease in our society of dads being involved, and especially with their little boys. And everything I know about raising my son, I learned from my dad when he was raising me and teaching me what it actually means to be a man and to take responsibility for things and set up your family and protect your family and provide for your family. And that's where I learned all that from. And so if I wasn't here to sort of instill those values and that work ethic into my son, where is he going to get it from? And if he doesn't have it, how's he going to pass that down to his son one day? And so it's just this long chain of learning. And I just think it's so important that, especially little boys, because little boys who grow up to be men without somebody guiding them and showing them how it's actually done can be pretty destructive sometimes.
You're right.
And that's certainly not what we want or what we need, and it doesn't really contribute to a flourishing society as much. So, you gotta have some respect for that sort of long chain of wisdom that gets passed down from a father to a son. That's a really special kind of thing that I think unfortunately gets overlooked sometimes. So I really wanted to write about that.
That's beautiful. There's a I'm sure you've seen this on Facebook maybe, but a little boy is in his dad's arms and he says, the father says, son, watch where you walk. And the son said, no, Dad, watch where you walk because I walk in your footsteps.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
right.
thought that was
That's
amazing.
absolutely true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I have a question for you, Lefty. So your parents sold all the records. It was all evil music. Blah 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 blah. When you
That was
start,
Cory. That was
oh,
Cory.
that was Court. No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, it was your dad, your parents who sold all the music? Oh, right. I'm sorry.
that was my parents. Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question for you. So
Alright.
your parents sold all the records, blah blah blah. It was all evil music. When you started getting into the music, how were they?
It was a rough time. I got kicked out of the church worship band.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a rough time.
Rebel.
All right.
And but through it all, I always respected my parents.
Yes.
I knew that they were the authority, and I respected that authority. And I didn't, when I got kicked out of the church worship band, I didn't cause any problems with it, or bring it up in front of the congregation or make it a thing, because my dad was the pastor of the church.
Oh
I thought-
no.
I thought that undermining his position in that church would be catastrophic for him, and I'm not gonna. That's my dad. I don't.
Wait, stop talking for 1 second. So your dad was the pastor of that church, the Assembly of God church you were talking about?
No, he became a pastor
Oh.
later, but it was another
Oh.
Assembly of God church. Yeah,
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha. So that's
Yeah.
something. So they threw the pastor's kid out of the choir.
they did. Yes.
How dare they? Okay.
It's all right. It's something I struggled with for a long time, and I no longer do. I get it. But my parents and I have, even with all that, have a great
I'm
relationship.
sure.
Always did. Even when sort of the politics at the church was a little bit tricky and a little bit difficult. And I mean, like, I was, when my dad started head pastoring, I was 17 years old, which is not a really good time to be a first-time pastor's kid, because you do lots of stupid things at 17.
Yes, you did. And at 27, you still do them. So, all right. So now,
Hopefully less often.
you're right. You're right. So now, Lefty, that was your one-hit wonder. And when are you planning
Yes.
on having your second one?
We have it ready. We're creating you got to
Okay.
create some album art, and being in this, you have to be able to do everything. We do all our own social media, all our album art, and
Alright.
we're trying to figure out all the stuff. And
All of our own bookings.
so it's ready. We're
What's
just
the
creating
name of
album
it?
art.
What's the title?
It's called The Great Escape.
So can you
and it's
give
a-
me? Can you give me 30
What's that?
seconds of a cappella of it, just to give us a little taste?
I don't sing it. My bass
No.
player, our bass player, sings that one. So
Okay.
we kind of share the vocals.
Okay.
I am the main lead singer, but when they sing, want our band to feel involved, and that's why we've been able to come along so quickly. And also, being a lead singer can be very strenuous on your vocals when you're singing all the time.
Okay.
4 sets a day, day in and day out. Some days 2 gigs in a day. It's that doesn't happen a lot, but when it does, it's a lot of strain. And so to have other members in your band help support you
Sure.
vocally is necessary.
Okay.
So he sings that one.
Okay, beautiful. So, producer, why don't we play our third song, and then we'll talk about it, guys.
Okay.
You like making everything feel. I like it. We're playing this song again.
You already played that one.
His mama, she's an angel. She taught
Yeah, we
him
already
to
played that
tie
one.
his shoes. She taught him to pray to Jesus every time he got confused. She taught him to be gentle,
Yeah, we did.
and she taught him.
He really likes it. Oh,
Lefty, what are you trying
Yeah.
to tell me? Is that's not your song?
You already played it.
Oh, Ruben, you already played that one. Sorry, guys.
That's okay.
producer!
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm like Cory. I'm blind to the screen.
Focus, please.
Cut.
What was it James Brown used to do?
Okay, maybe this is the one I didn't play. All right, well, I'm gonna play it.
Thank you so much. Woo! Let's keep it going.
Oh yeah, it's gotta be, huh? Oh, he likes Elvis. So.
Caught in a trap. I can't walk out because I love you too much, baby.
Need anything?
Oh, why can't you see what you don't want to me? When you don't believe a word I'm saying. Oh, we can't go on together with suspicious minds. Oh, we cannot build our dreams on suspicious minds. So an old friend I know stopped by to say hello. Well, I still see suspicion in your eyes. Here we go again, asking where I've been. Can't you see these tears are real? I'm crying. We can't go on together with suspicious minds. We cannot build our dreams on suspicious minds. Oh, let our love survive, 'cause I'll dry these tears from your eyes. Let's don't let a good thing die. Oh, honey, you know I'd never lie to you. No, never lie to you. Yeah, yeah. I'm caught in a trap. I can't walk out because I love you too much, baby. Don't you know that? Oh, why can't you see what you done to me? When you don't believe a word I'm saying. Don't you know that? I'm caught in a trap. I can't walk out because I love you too much, baby. Don't you know I'm caught in a trap? I can't walk out because I love you too much, baby.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Just throw jelly donuts, please.
So let me talk about this song first. This was Elvis, guys. This was Elvis's song. So first of all, I love that song. I love all the songs, but I love that song. You guys did it great. Tell us about your version and how you did this.
Well, we, of course, are more of a country band, but Elvis did it all. He did country, rock, everything, and he made it his own. And this is actually a cross between, and it's in a different key than the original key that Elvis did it in. It's in Dwight Yoakam's key, and I sing it in like a mixed style
Yeah.
of Elvis and Dwight Yoakam.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You did a great job with that. That is really cool. I love it. Okay. I love when people take Elvis and they put their own, mix on it and all that. I love it. It was absolutely amazing.
Cool.
So,
Thank you so much. Thank you
I
very much.
listened to it like 3 times.
I see what you did there, Marty. Thank you very much. Need a peanut butter banana sandwich.
There you go, baby. So, Okay, let's play our fourth song. We'll talk about it, and then we'll have you do some closing words.
Okay.
If there's anything you want to promote, we're going to do all of it, okay?
Okay.
So here we go, producer. I hope he gets it right.
I hope I get it right too. You know.
I kind of hope you mess it up, to be perfectly honest.
No,
You know.
give me the thumbs up if it's okay, all right?
Okay.
Here we go.
You know, I can't hear the music.
Our Facebook.
There you go. Oh, nice.
Really. Only give you the right thing.
You say you're sorry once again, dear. You want me to take you back once more. You say you need a helping hand, dear. But that's what you told me once.
Marty's actually here. He did the solo on this. What are you gonna play? You think that's funny? I think it's hilarious. No.
Let it rest in peace and quiet love. Walk softly on this heart of mine. Walk on.
Yeah.
I know someday you'll find a new love. I feel your heart has turned
Really
to
intensely
stone.
just
But please let me down real easy. Cause loneliness moves in as you move. Walk softly on this heart of my love.
like old songs to think of crazy.
Don't treat me so unkind. Let it rest in peace and quiet love. Walk softly on this heart of mine. Walk softly on this heart of mine. Walk softly on this heart of mine.
All right, all right. So tell us about that song.
Well, you know, Lefty's actually a guitar shredder. I mean, like he's like Ingve, and he might have played a solo on that. I'm not sure. Hey, Lefty, can you show us how it's done, bro?
Sure.
All right, do it.
Let's see.
Do you have that thing upside down?
I don't know.
That is amazing.
See, we can't, guys, we can't hear it
Okay.
Oh, that's
At
too
all.
bad.
It's terrible anyway.
He needs a lefty guitar.
He handed me a right-handed guitar, and we were just
Okay.
making fun of the fact that I couldn't play it.
That's so funny. All right, so now I want you to promote everything you want to promote. Let's do that now.
Okay. So we just want to thank you, Jerry, for your time and your
Thank you.
producer's time and everything you do for us. We really appreciate you. We are Lefty Martin Band, and you can find us at leftymartincountry.com. Very simple. All our social media is Lefty Martin Country. That's Facebook, that's Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud, Lefty Martin Country. And you can listen to, if you go to our website at leftymartincountry.com, you can see a lot of our photos, which I need to update, some videos. A lot of our soundtracks are out there, which is a connection to SoundCloud. And we've just put out, as of Father's Day, Who's Gonna Teach Him? That's our first original song. And we have 2 more coming out, and that is The Great Escape, which is a song about, a fictitious song about going down to a border town with a bunch of guys and having a good time, and partying it up a little bit. There's a bar fight in there, and then escaping with a girl that helps you out of Mexico, and then he goes back to meet this girl again at the same bar when things calm down, and they end up falling in love and spending the rest of their lives.
And her daddy ain't having none of it.
Yeah, her daddy
That's
ain't
great.
having none of it. Yeah. So that's the new song that we have coming out. It's pretty cool. And then we also have another one called The Renegade, which is already out in a different form, but we took it with our bass player wrote that song, Mel Scher of Red Crown Tourists, and we took it and turned it into more of a dance song, and that's called The Renegade. So that's coming out soon.
Shout out to the Renegade. Hey, Rita, what's up? One of our favorite places to play in San Diego County.
Exactly. And then we're working on some other stuff in the studio. One is that Cory and I, that is very near and dear to my heart, is about my mom. I lost my mom in 2018, and that whole process you go through when you have a loved one that's passing away is just really, really hard. And it's about these recurring dreams that I have, and she comes to replenish that warmth and loving feeling that you get from a parent. And that one is probably going to be called Visiting Hours.
Okay, cool. So I want to personally thank you guys. This was really cool. Your music's great. And,
Thanks.
yeah, another shout out to Caden, this was great.
Yeah.
I want to let you guys know that this will also be on iHeartRadio next week. I'll give you the ad and let you know when that's going to be. It'll be Tuesday or Wednesday,
Thank you, Jerry.
9 p.m. So it'll be out there. And I want everybody listening to please share this show. All right? These guys are awesome. All right? So I want to thank you again for honoring me here today, guys.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
honoring us. We really appreciate it.
Amazing. All right, producer, take us out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Love's the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do,
Just what to do, just what to do.
if what you're feeling is really true,
Is really true, is it really true?
just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Love's the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.